This is the GPS mount that came from AliExpress, and very basic. Inside the package comes with 2 bars of different diameters. I think I'll be using this one here because of the U-shaped clamp that I have to go over this for a larger diameter one. 2 brackets on the side, a couple of washers, couple of screws, and a couple of small washers. Instead of using the washers, screws, and simple washers that came with this kit here, I'm going to use some of my own stuff. Number one, I'm going to use black. This is the same thread pitch and thread size as the other one. So I'm going to use this. I had this from some leftover screws that I had from some automotive job that I did some time back. I've got a couple of lock washers here that I like to use. I'm going to put that because I'm concerned that this thing here will start to rotate because it's just a screw going in either end, so it can rotate. And then when you've got that big GPS on it, it'll want to put a load on it because it's an eccentric load, so it'll want to rotate the thing. And next thing you know, your GPS will be drooping all the time, and that's going to drive me nuts. So I could see in my future one of these days maybe drilling another hole and putting a pin in there to stop the rotation. Why the heck did they supply these big chrome-plated washers? I have no idea. So I've got some smaller washers, so I'm going to try and use this and then put it on the windshield and see if it works. So I've just test fitted all of this. I put the lock washer underneath between the bracket and this this thing here, and I've got that screw, my substituted screw there. Looks pretty good. It's black, just like the bracket, and it's got a built-in washer. So that's there. It's all just snugged up. And then I've got this here, and I put that black washer that I was going to substitute in between this fitting here and the bracket, just to make up the thickness, because this bracket is pretty thin. So the thickness of the washer plus the bracket is pretty much equivalent to the thickness of this this pretty thick bar that I removed. So what I'm going to do now is take all of that apart and apply Loctite everywhere. Now that I've got this thick crossbar here mounted, I bought that off of AliExpress. The link is going to be in the description below. But I bought that for the specific purpose of mounting as a cheap alternative to the Healtech mount, which is really nice. But this one here only cost a few dollars. And if I don't like it, well, I just have to, use the other approach. But the thing is, I have to buy a whole bunch of other stuff. This is all the equipment that you need to do this job. First of all, you'll need this U-shaped U-clamp mount. And then you need a short ram. Yeah, it's a little arm. And then you need this adapter to be able to step down the 1-inch ball to this small ball that goes in the back of the bracket for the GPS. This GPS bracket is a car adapter, okay? So you've got a car adapter. This is for sticking on the windshield of a car. And this here is the bracket, and then it comes with this with a cigarette lighter for your car. I obviously am not going to be using the cigarette lighter, so I have to go buy this. This is a hardwire kit. The links will be, I'll put the links in the description below. With the backing pulled off of this is all that's needed. So I'm going to put this onto that thick bar, assemble this, and put this on. And then put the Nav 6 on and see how it looks. Installation is essentially finished. Just put the U-bolt on there, and the little short arm, the adapter from the 1-inch ball to the small ball, and then put this thing on here, and it's all done. So let's slap the GPS on there and adjust it so that it doesn't foul this. But as you can see, part of the clamp is kind of like, impinging on your view of the dashboard. Well, there it is mounted, and as you can see, there's a little bit of the screen that's kind of obscured, but I've got style 4 on my screen, so it's right at the split point. So that's another benefit of using style number 4. It's not perfectly mounted, it's not perfectly square, but I'm going to finesse that in a minute. But the point is that this windshield is right now in its lowest position, and that's where it is. I could always rotate this upwards a little bit, so rotate it this way and get shorten this, interference with the view of the screen. But this looks really good. Like I said, that's the lowest position there. Of course, when you raise the windshield, this will go higher up, but still within line of sight. So that's good. I'm very pleased with that. Option of doing this, and like I said, much cheaper than the Evotech. We'll see how it goes for now. Like I might have mentioned before, because of this eccentric load, it could cause this thick bar to rotate and cause this to droop, which would mean tightening it up. But I put a lock washer on the assembly of that cross member, so it hopefully should stay in place once I tighten it. Once I tighten this part up. So that's good. Job done. Today we're going to be installing the Healtech Thunderbox 1607 TB-U02. And what this will enable me to do is to complete the connection of my GPS unit on that Triumph Tiger. To hardwire it into the bike, I had to buy this kit, and I'll put links in the description below. But this kit here is just mainly a fuse plus the special wiring connection for the car mounting kit for the BMW or the Garmin Navigator unit. So this is what the wire looks like, and that's the connector that goes on the bracket that's right now mounted onto the windshield. This is the fuse, the inline fuse, and hopefully this wire is long enough to do what I need to do with it. For the first time, I'm going to have to remove this plastic panel, and I've never done that before. These two points here go into these slots here in the back of this. So when you're putting it back, you just got to line that up like that over those two. So that clip just hooks behind that. And then this part here, as from what I can tell, it just braces against this member. So that's how you get that off. So in order to run this all the way back here, I had to remove that big old fuse block and tie this wire back onto itself, and then use a fishing wire to get it, push the fishing wire up here and pull it through. It's not very pretty. The wire is going from here down here. I'm gonna, zip tie this off afterwards. Back behind the dash, underneath, through here, and it comes out here. I know it's kind of ugly, but I really don't care. I don't look down there too often. Anyway, basically it comes underneath here, goes through here, and I should be able to just hook it up to my Thunderbox. So the installation is finished. The wires are all run. Wire is behind there, as you know, and it's gone. I've made the connection to the Thunderbox, made the final connection to the bracket behind here. Yes, unfortunately, I see a wire here. I suppose I could have run this wire kind of like underneath here and down here, but I didn't have enough length to go from here, down here, along here, and down here. So by the time I did all of that, the wire would have been too short to reach the Thunderbox. But it could have been done neater, but this is what it is. Let's start the bike up. Should be a little bit of a delay before this GPS comes on. And there it is. And you can see it's on bike power. It's being charged right now. It was discharged before, so it's on bike power. Let's turn it off and watch it go off after a few seconds. It should switch off into its power down mode from the Garmin. Right now it's still okay. It's not getting any power from the bike anymore, and it's off.
What can I say about the GPS unit and this Chinese bracket system that I've got here? Well, I mean, it's only a couple miles down the road, so far it hasn't flopped down or anything. The GPS unit does vibrate a little bit, but I can still read everything, so that's not an issue. It's designed to take some vibration because it's a mobile unit, so I think that that wouldn't cause it any grief, but at the same time I can still read it, and that's the important part. So it's a success.